Now, starting this broadcast with the latest from Pakistan, a group of terrorists have seized a counter-terrorism center in the northwestern Pakistani area of Bannu. According to the officials, the terrorists took hostages in order to negotiate with the government authorities. The incident happened in the Bannu city in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, bordering Afghanistan. The terrorists, who call themselves Fidain, were under interrogation when they reportedly overpowered the police. Now, initial reports suggest that there was no outside intervention. The terrorists want to broker a settlement for a safe passage to neighboring Afghanistan, which is currently under the rule of Taliban administration. Now, according to officials, the situation right now is under complete control and the area has been cordoned off. Another senior official has said that after overpowering the interrogators inside, they snatched their weapons and took 5 to 6 of them hostage. 25 members of banned terrorist organizations were under arrest when the incident took place. The incident occurred few hours after 4 terrorists attacked the Burgi police station in Lucky Marwat, which is another city in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. 4 policemen were killed in this attack. And taking to Twitter, Mohsin Dawar, who is the member of the National Assembly of Pakistan, has said that there is a war underway in Pakhtunkhwa. Now, in total, 2 police stations have been attacked in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province in the last 24 hours. As we just told you, first was in the Lucky Marwat district, and hours later, another attack took place in the Bannu city. While no group has taken responsibility for the attacks, the police suspect the banned Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan as the group behind these attacks. Now, for those of you just joining us on this broadcast, we are getting you the latest from Pakistan, where a group of terrorists have seized a counter-terrorism center in the northwestern Pakistani area of Bannu. This is according to the officials that the terrorists took hostages in order to negotiate with the government authorities, and the incident happened in the Bannu city of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. We are being told there are 2 separate attacks that have taken place in the province, and the terrorists are calling themselves Fidain, and they were under interrogation when they reportedly overpowered the police officers. Now, to give us more insights, Emma Shrain, a senior journalist, is joining us live. Welcome to the broadcast, Emma.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we are being told that 2 different attacks took place in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province of Pakistan. What is the latest that you have for us?
So the latest is that it's not about now the security forces being unable to protect the citizens. Now it's come to the fact that the security forces are being unable to protect themselves from the terrorists. And under the garb, as I've been saying for several months now, under the garb of such a peace, that it's the terrorists that are gaining strength. It's the terrorists that are becoming stronger and stronger. And it's not just journalists saying that. The NACTA, the National Counter-Terrorism Authority of Pakistan, last month submitted a report saying exactly that under the garb of terrorism, of peace, these terrorists are becoming stronger and stronger. And that's what's happening now in Pakistan, where we're not expecting that if the terrorists come and attack us, the security forces will come to our aid, because it's the security forces themselves, the civilian security forces, who need the help. It's going to get worse. There's pressure on civilian security forces more than the military security forces. And it's also because the civilian security forces are not as strong as the military security forces. The counter-terrorism department is a form of police that goes against terrorists. And it's almost impossible for them. I mean, if the police force, the counter-terrorism department, cannot safely interrogate alleged terrorists, which is what happened in one of the attacks, that at the police station, at the counter-terrorism department station, they were interrogating it. And there are 2 stories coming out of that attack. One story is that the people who were being interrogated somehow managed to steal the weapons of those who were interrogating them. Now, how on earth does that happen? It's understandable how that happens once you understand that these alleged terrorists, the status that they're given, if somebody steals vegetable or food, they will be handcuffed, they'll be put behind bars. But the way terrorists are interrogated and dealt with, they are allowed free pass. Let's not forget Ehsanullah Ehsan, while he was so-called arrested or under custody, he was doing horse riding, he was coming to our offices and giving interviews. So that's the kind of protocol that you get. And also the police force is not strong enough. I mean, in the second attack at Lucky Marwat, where 4 policemen were killed, can you imagine there were 60 policemen in the police station who fought valiantly on all-out war for about 45 minutes, and then the police lost. So this is a country where the terrorists and the police are out there fighting openly, and then the security forces losing out to them, and the terrorists being able to take away their friends and help them escape. It's just mind-boggling, but it does make sense to see how things have been happening, how the state needs to distance itself from these terrorists and their training camps.
Absolutely, Amr. Very tricky situation that you are describing in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. And I also want to ask you, a National Assembly member, Mohsin Dawar, we are being told, has said that those, and I'm quoting him here, those who allowed Taliban into Pakhtunkhwa are responsible for the attack. What is he hinting here?
Okay, Mohsin Dawar, let's talk about Mohsin Dawar first. Mohsin Dawar is a member of parliament. He has been booked under terrorism acts. He has spent most of his elected time behind bars. He is not a terrorist. Well over 1 dozen, I think about 17 of his family members have been murdered, killed by Taliban. He is a frontline activist, politician, and an ardent speaker against Taliban. He has been arrested for the most of his tenure as an elected member of parliament. He has been behind bars. He is referring to Imran Khan, also known as the Taliban Khan, because Imran Khan, since the last almost 10 years, has been in the government in KPK. And Imran Khan has a very soft corner for various reasons, including the fact that most of his vote bank in KP is in favor of these Islamist organizations. So Imran Khan is just playing to the choir. He's just doing the popular politics in Pakistan. And that's what Mohsin Dawar is referring to, that within a span of almost a day, 2 major attacks on security forces. We're not talking about now the civilians being attacked, on security forces, inadequate response, non-serious attitude. Nobody went after those terrorists who were freed. Now they're not alleged terrorists anymore. Once you take away the weapons from the police and attack them, and in Bannu and in Lucky Marwat, kill 4 of them, at least 4 of them, then you're not alleged terrorists anymore, right? You become a terrorist once you've killed security forces at their office. So who is going after them? Are the security forces going to barricade even more? Like when we in Pakistan go to a police station, the hassle that we have just to get inside the police station, because the police is afraid of getting hit by the terrorists. The police is having difficult enough time to protect itself. So Mohsin Dawar is talking about that inadequate steps and that non-serious attitude of the provincial government, which has allowed, according to Pakistan's counter-terrorism department, allowed Taliban and other extremists to foster and grow.
Yes, now I want to speak to you more in the sense of geopolitics now. Since Taliban's return to power in neighboring Afghanistan, an imminent threat was looming from the Tehreek-e-Taliban group. Now, of course, this specific attack has not been claimed by any of the groups, but the speculations are that Tehreek-e-Taliban is behind this. So I want to ask you, how does this complicate Islamabad's efforts to set up a healthy diplomatic relations with Kabul, which is obviously being governed by Taliban at the moment?
Right. So in terms of the first attack, the Lucky Marwat attack, that attack, the officials are now saying that it is an attack by the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. The second attack, the one in Bannu, in which they were able to free a lot of terrorists from the custody of the counter-terrorist policemen, that has not been confirmed, although the government is saying banned terror outfit, which kind of points towards TTP. because the military security officials do not call JUD and other terrorist banned outfits as banned outfits. So when they're saying banned outfits, it's very likely that it would be TTP. Now, how does Pakistan maintain healthy relationship with the Taliban regime? How does anybody maintain that? And how do you want to maintain that while Taliban are wreaking havoc on the everyday people in Afghanistan? How do you not become the bad guy? How do you not become the supporter of an oppressor and still maintain a good cordial relationship with an oppressive terrorist regime of Taliban, in which, I mean, their breaches of human rights, there's no question about it. But Pakistan does not face that dilemma yet, because Pakistan is ever so willing to negotiate and sit down with Taliban. The ISI chief at that time went there. Even as soon as Kabul fell, he was already there to celebrate it with his Taliban friends. Pakistan does not have that problem. Pakistan's problem is a little bit different. Pakistan wants to fence its border with Afghanistan, and Afghanistan is not happy about it because I've been there several times, and there are a lot of families who are living on both sides of the border, and there's so much illegal smuggling and trade happening that the people in that area would never allow that. That is the bone of contention, not the breaches of human rights, not terrorism, because common people have to pay for terrorism. And right now, neither of these regimes really seem to care about the common people and their interests.
All right. Thank you for all those insights, Ahmad Shaheen. We will be tracking all these developments coming in from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province very closely. Thank you.